Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast the Costa Coffee Company. You familiar with the Costa Coffee Company?
I'm not.
It's like a smaller British version of Starbucks, right? So it's a chain. They got a bunch of locations throughout Britain. Well, they recently had to issue a public apology after an outcry about their latest advertising campaign. So they're offering people the opportunity to win free or discounted coffee at any one of the locations. You just have to enter the contest. And that's where the public backlash is coming from, because the name of the contest is, and I quote, Flick the Bean.
Oh, all right.
That is all. People are freaking out about it. And look, if you're in a car with your kids don't understand what that is, but you do. And I'm sorry if they're about to ask you what that means. But yeah, in big letters, it's like, come to Costa Coffee Company, and then in big-ass letters, Flick the Bean. And obviously, they show like a coffee bean landing in a cup of coffee, but that is not what people refer to that as.
No, sir. No.
Yeah,
Universal.
Somebody said, look, every advertising agency on earth should have the Urban Dictionary pulled up anytime they come up with a slogan, just so they understand.
But if it could fly anywhere, it should be able to fly there. There is a different sense of humor that seems to be a little bit more forgiving in England.
That's actually what surprised me. They freaked out. Like, in the States, I get it, because we're tight about everything,
exactly.
right?
There you'd think that might fly.
The land of Benny Hill, right?
That or Australia. You know, someplace where like, we get it. It's
funny.
It's a joke. Yeah. You know, the kids aren't going to get it, so what?
Yeah, not so much. Anyway, here's to the Costa Coffee Company. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichona!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola!
Hola! All right, Josh, you understand how this here game is played?
I do.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of 3 stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's do drugs.
Fine choice if ever there was one. We go to Pennsylvania, where a Lancaster County man is facing charges after police say he drove across the state of Pennsylvania through at least 7 different counties after he thought someone was spying on him through his CD player. According to the state police out of Punxsutawney, the 28-year-old man walked into the Punxsutawney police station because he said he didn't trust the police in Lancaster County. The man proceeded to explain to police that someone had replaced the parts in his CD player so that someone could spy on him. Police noted it was immediately obvious the man was under the influence and that he maybe hadn't slept in multiple days. Well, after a field sobriety check, a drug recognition expert met the man, and it was believed that he was, in fact, under the influence of marijuana and some sort of central nervous system stimulant, also known as a CNS. I didn't know that. Now, search of the man's car, well, they found the drugs in question that he was on, and they arrested him. The question is, what drug was he on? Was he on heroin, ecstasy, oxys, or meth?
Man, it sounds a lot like meth. What do you guys think?
I don't get the paranoia aspect of ecstasy, but I've never done that much to get to that point.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Or even tried it at all.
I think if people are doing enough of it over the years, you can probably get there.
Josh, I'm just going to go meth. If you're doing it for days and you're up all that time, that seems to be the one that might be able to keep you up the longest period of time. So I'm just going to take that guess on that one.
And you said he was in Punxsutawney?
He started in Punxsutawney, but he drove to a different county because he didn't trust the police there. So he voluntarily drove to another police station 7 counties away to say that he was being spied on through a CD player.
That's got to be meth.
You want meth?
Gotta be meth.
I mean, right, just the paranoia. I haven't slept in days. It's central Pennsylvania.
It is that.
What do you think, Josh?
It's gotta be meth.
All right, we're all in on meth. Okay, final answer?
Final answer.
We're going to find out what this guy was on. Was it heroin, ecstasy, oxys, or meth next?
That was a tease.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is drugs on profile. This Pennsylvania man faces charges after driving basically across the state because his CD player was obviously spying on him. He drove to just a different district police station, and he had been high on drugs for a while. So the question is, what was this guy on? Heroin, ecstasy, oxys, or methamphetamine?
And Josh, you agree with Miles Montgomery. You agree with E. Ted Smith. All 3 of you said methamphetamine.
Gotta be.
And you are correct.
Right, we're all winners.
Oh, let me ask you this. If I had not included the part about him obviously having been awake, would you have still gone meth?
No.
Was it more the paranoia or the awake?
If I did not know that he was on a bender for days. Well, the other drugs, to me, you would be able to nap. You know what I mean? Oxys, you're going to be knocked out. Ecstasy, after, you go through your thing, you'll crash. Heroin, I'm going to assume you're going to take a nap. So to be up on that stuff for like 2 or 3 days just doesn't seem like the right drug.
And not sleeping in paranoia. I mean, those are like the telltale signs
right?
of
Plus,
meth.
Well, I realized as I was reading it, I'm like, man, I should have cut out the part about being awake. Well, because to me, that was just such a tell.
Also, too, if you're on uppers, you're more likely to smoke weed to try to bring yourself down a little if you need to.
Yeah, right, because he was on weed,
but
too.
But if you're on other stuff.
But what I like is the cops are like, yeah, but the weed is not why you're here. We know you're stoned. That is not why you're here. Man.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, the
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
Seth Meyers.
All right.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. All these guys have teams of talented writers. They help them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The CEO of Pfizer said that he believes life will return to normal within a year. By this time next year, Americans could go back to normal activities like storming Area 51 and eating Tide Pods.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Yeah, that's fine.
The CEO of Pfizer said that he believes that life will return to normal within a year. That's right. That's right. By this time next year, Americans can go back to normal activities like storming Area 51 and eating Tide Pods.
R. Kelly was found guilty on 8 counts, and that means he could spend the rest of his life behind bars, which is tough because he already spent so much time trapped in that closet.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah.
Jibble.
Kelly was found guilty on 8 counts. That could mean he will spend the rest of his life behind bars, which is tough. He already spent so much of it trapped in that closet, and now...
There's a guy in North Dakota that says he had to remove 42 gallons of black walnuts since he discovered a squirrel had been hiding them inside his vehicle. When asked for comment, the squirrel said,
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, I've been happy about that one all day.
That is your squirrel
I love
go-to
that
sound.
I was like, I gotta put the squirrel sound in. Or I could have said, what did the squirrel say?
What did the squirrel say?
Producers of the Netflix series Tiger King announced just last week that the show will return for a second season. Well, that can't be good, said Carol Baskin's current husband.
Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel.
Myers.
Producers of the Netflix series Tiger King announced last week that the show will return later this year for a second season. Well, that can't be good, said Carol Baskin's current husband.
Actually, Carol Baskins is already pissed about it.
I'm sure.
Why is she partaking?
She was pissed about the first one.
Yeah.
Then don't do it.
Right.
She's not taking part of this one. She says the director told her they wanted to clear the air about how she was treated. The first Tiger King, but she told him, lose her number.
I don't get it. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to subscribe to Netflix. You know, we'll get a complaint about one little thing somebody said or whatever. Like,
sure.
You don't have to listen to this. This is a choice.
Carol Baskins was on the show.
Well, I know that.
Right. You volunteered to be on the first one.
And you bitched about being on the first one and how you're portrayed the entire time. I don't think she's a part of this next one. I don't believe.
She's not. That's what I'm saying.
But, yeah.
Well, also, too, look, I don't know any of these people to defend them or not, but oftentimes any series on TV that's like supposed to be real life or document, like it does get framed completely different.
Well, it's because you have friends that have done it on multiple occasions on different shows. They know all that.
Right. So she took part in the first one, and then for this one, she was like, like they betrayed her, false portrayal, this and that, which is, frankly, that's how reality TV works.
It is. But what's funny about her, and she doesn't realize this, it's not how they portrayed you. It was everyone listening to you. We don't like you because of you. Whatever they said about you,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, look, that's not on Netflix. It was every time you spoke, it just gave me the creeps. I don't trust her, whatever. But
well, look, here's the deal. Hers is obviously a little more serious, right? Like my one buddy, they just made him look like a complete D-head.
Yeah.
Right? Or like talking to Luke Wilson, he talked about how like they show him getting blown up, and he's like, that's not even me. And it's a black dude. On Hard Knocks, yeah, just the way they edited it together. He's like, that wasn't me at all.
They put in a black dude and said that Luke Wilson got blown up.
Right, because it's him like talking to the defensive back or whatever. I'm pretty sure, or maybe the guy had like long hair. Either way,
right?
He's just like, look, that wasn't me. But yeah, with most of the reality shows, hers is a little different. I think because
you're calling her a murderer. I get it,
right? And that's the whole thing. I think she just expected to be the hero. But also, like, look, I have another friend that did some shows, and he talked to I can't remember the family. Remember Orange County Choppers?
Yeah.
That was a massive show. And that father and that son have both stated, like, probably wouldn't do it again. Mm-hmm. Like, the company was already doing, obviously, it took them over the top.
Sure.
Right, but they were already doing those celebrity bikes, this and that. But it destroyed their family.
Right.
Because you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's
why it hasn't come back.
Oh, yeah, they're all like, no, we will not do it.
No. I had a buddy. This was real early on. Jimmy Haha. Remember Jimmy Haha?
I remember Jimmy Haha.
He was the guy that stole my prototype that night on the show. Okay, so he was asked to be on Jerry Springer because of his unique look, quote.
Okay.
He was a believable part. So he gets on Springer. He's supposed to play this role. He's the boyfriend who's done this. The husband has done this, blah, 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 blah. He does it, pulls it off. Turns out the response to him being on there was very good. He was still not identified as the guy who was the lead singer in Jimmy's Chicken Shack, which still blows my mind because
they had one song.
He did have a face that people knew who he was at that point in time. He did it when the song High was actually a pretty big song.
Right.
Their only hit. Okay. We go 8 months down the road, and they ask him to be on again, because of his success and how he did on the show the first time. And he said, yeah, I'll go on.
Who am I this time?
I'll reprise the role, thinking that he would, and that's exactly what. He goes in there and they're like, no, dude. We got you as some other dirtbag doing something else. Like, you're the bad guy this time. He's like, don't you think people will know? And they're like, F no. People don't, no. They don't even pay attention. Like, it's like we're manufacturing all this stuff. You're just going to play a different character, and it's going to be believable. No one's going to bitch or complain. And he's like, okay.
And he pulled it off, right?
So he did it,
But Jerry Springer, Jerry Springer is supposed to believe it. But also, Jerry Springer, not that I care, but for a lot of people, I cut him slack too, is they're called reality shows. Right. You know what I mean? Like, when you start with the Real World and stuff, that was a reality show.
The first one,
based camouflaged as a talk show.
But I'm saying, the talk show doesn't have the word reality in it.
Right.
So
it's just
even before
show.
we knew stuff like that, everybody was like, this can't be real.
It's still ridiculous.
You kind of had that idea. But I think for a lot of people, they just watch reality TV, and that's what they, you put the word in there. It's almost like we always say, in our country, like a lot of things say news, but don't forget they're ratings driven. So while they are a news outlet, their main thing is they've got to get ratings. They're not it's not like the BBC that's just a state government news. It's like, here's your news.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right? Like, news in this country, because you're trying to turn a profit, is always going to be it. So I think of Jerry Springer is a little bit different, because it's like, Jerry Springer never came out and was like, it's all real.
Right. Just pure entertainment.
No. Right. And Jerry Springer was just like, look, people like trashy TV and stuff. And it was awesome.
Yeah. It was. And you knew it was BS, but it was still fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like wrestling.
Right. WWE.
And there's no secret anymore that it's not real. Now, with that said, you can still watch it, enjoy the entertainment. Those are real athletes doing super athletic things.
Yes.
But I think, to me, that's why the talk shows are I cut them a little slack. But with reality TV, it's tough for people. As you literally call it, reality TV.
Yeah, ask a professional NFL athlete to jump off a 20-foot ladder onto a ring.
Right. You'd be like, I'm not trained for that, man.
You'll land on your back. You know what I mean? Don't even try to hit your feet. Just do a backflip.
But drop your elbow onto this guy's head. But don't hurt him. Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And frankly, some of that stuff, I don't think we need to know. Like Hard Knocks, I get why they're going to do one in season now.
Yeah, but I think that's too much.
Right.
Stay out of the, you want to do training camp, that's one thing. But during the season, if for no other reason, man, any coach in the NFL will tell you, with such a limited number of games, which is what the NFL has, your concentration, your preparation, and all your dedication to that one game you're going to play this week, we need that. And I don't care who you are. Once there's a camera on you, you just act a little different.
That's why they have one media day, basically. It's either a Wednesday or a Thursday. You get one shot, and then you don't talk to the guys until Sunday when the game's over.
And people NFL coaches stuff don't talk a ton as it is. In season, I'll be interested to see how the show goes. But I also think for me,
what team are they covering?
I think it's the Raiders.
Okay, good. They're 3-0. I need some distraction.
But I think the other thing I always like about Hard Knocks, too, is just at that point, I'm jonesing for football.
Right.
You could watch highlights of the Seahawks training camp, and it's like, it's a highlight. Whereas at least Hard Knocks puts it together with some drama. So you're like,
will this rookie make the team?
Right, that's kind of getting my fix on. But during the year, it's like,
I'm already watching football, man.
Yeah.
I think it's the Colts, actually.
It's the Colts.
Yeah.
Damn it. It's also tough, too, because when you get to this time of year, I don't need that fix as much, because it's like, Tuesday and Wednesday are about the only days off.
Right, but I'm not all football.
Right, because just the NFL is, 3 nights a week now. And then if you're somebody like me, you like college football, you got to watch it on Saturday.
Sometimes and college football's Thursday night as well at the NFL. And then Friday night you got a college game that's probably pretty decent. And then Saturday and then Sunday.
Some
Monday
weeks
night
you
football.
even have like amazing matchups. The classic matchups. Maryland versus Iowa.
Yeah, those one
in College Park.
My daughter thought
Friday.
that I was so cool last night, right? So mom is out. I got football. Monday Night Football's on TV. And she goes, Dad, I know you're watching football. There's something I really want to watch. And I said, baby, go ahead and put on anything you want to watch. She's like, but it's football. Give me, it was 27-7. I was like, you know what? You go ahead. She didn't understand the whole route thing, so she just thought I was the coolest dad ever. And I'm like, you know what? Dad's going to go ahead and not even finish this game. Baby, I love you so much. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and watch what you want.
It's your night, baby.
Yeah, you do your thing.
I turned that one off last night.
Yeah,
I will recommend to people, they're not doing it for a few weeks now, but watching the Manning brothers do that broadcast has been pretty cool.
I've heard it's good, man. I have not watched it yet.
It made the fourth quarter worth watching.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. That's when I basically tuned.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It was good.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
What's happening in the real world?
All right, here we go to Florida, where a man spots a naked woman diddling Miss Daisy in the Jeep that he wants to buy. Meanwhile, there was so much drug use at this year's Glastonbury Festival, even the fish were getting high. Maid woman calls in 2 bomb threats so she can spend more time with her boyfriend. Man busted stealing watches at Florida Walmart was wearing the jersey of his favorite tight end. And a man made over $300,000 in fake lost airline baggage claims before getting busted. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, top story, we got to Louisiana, where a man is facing over $200,000 in fines. He was caught after he had made over 180 fraudulent calls to American Airlines, United, and Southwest, complaining of lost luggage. He took advantage of their policies, which granted him over $300,000 that was given by the airlines to make up for the quote-unquote lost luggage. He was eventually caught and now faces hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines and 20 years in prison. Great work. So this guy,
did you realize he was actually buying tickets?
Yes. So he was buying tickets through vouchers, and so he didn't have to give his actual information when he was doing all this, and then he would actually bring a dummy bag in there.
He was using a fake identity, which he had a card for that somehow got used.
Yep.
He was buying the shortest possible flights that he could find. So he would take a flight, say, from New Orleans to Pensacola, or to Biloxi, or to Mobile, Alabama, or to Shreveport. Not take luggage on the bag with him on an hour flight.
Right.
Okay. And then he would make the maximum claim of what he had in his luggage, which was $3,500. He got busted because they had him on video checking into the airport with no luggage.
That's a problem.
That's how he finally got busted.
Exactly.
Airports have cameras?
Yeah.
Well, and he had actually he had filed over $500,000 in different claims, and he won the claim for over $300,000 worth. So it didn't work every time, but it worked. More often than it did.
$3,500 a pop, which means he was successful 100 times.
Exactly.
But I will say this. I'm glad he did it because the airlines absolutely gouged the living piss out of you. Good for him.
Right.
I'm sorry you got caught.
We're not bailing you out this time. Back to Florida, a local car dealership got a complaint from a prospective buyer about a woman in one of their Jeeps. What they found was a woman indeed in the back seat, naked from the waist down, legs spread, and having at herself. After officials removed her from the vehicle, they sent the car immediately to detail as there was a stench so foul in the car that it had to be cleaned as soon as possible.
Smell it.
There was also a red stain that they believe came from her as well in there. So.
I know you used to detail cars.
Oh, yeah.
Would you want me to tell you why the car reeks? Like if you got it and you said, Jesus, man.
No.
What does that smell? Would you want me to tell you vagina? Or would you be happy or not?
Or just her in general?
I would
I'm telling you. Come on, man. If she smells that bad, then certainly it smells worse.
I got a sneaking hunch that if you told me it was her, I could deduce where exactly the smell was coming from. So no, if I'm detailing the car, I would rather the thing just have the nastiest stench, and then I just take it in there. Just understand that this car stinks to high hell.
Or you'd be like, this smells like Tanya's vagina.
My buddy Jeff, man, he was having sex one night, roommate, and they left, and we kind of went in the room to see if we could, see what was going on in there. They're already exited to the bathroom to take a shower.
Oh, heavens.
I could not figure out what the smell in that room was.
No.
I never smelled anything like it. It smelled like a locker room. It smelled like sex.
Oh, God.
It was all parts combined. And you walk in there, it's like a steam room.
Hooray.
Ew.
That is it for headlines with that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the flip side there as more Men's Room is on the way. The Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app is next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, we'll be all about this bitch for 90 seconds. So until next time, do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.